Welcome back to Minneapolis High School basketball here on, 910 KNE.com, as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8 in Minneapolis, as the Lady Lions come away with the victory tonight by a score of 39-37 against the Lady Broncos, and we will have the boys matchup here in about about 5 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. I got a little hoarse in that girls game as the Lady Lions come away with the victory. As we get ready for the boys matchup, and to my knowledge, I think we're healthy on the boys side, guys.
Yeah, I asked Jay if they'd had the same problem with illnesses this week like the girls had, and they apparently did not, so that's good. We have a league leader, tied for league leader against close to last place in the league tonight against Minneapolis boys playing Russell boys. We're 11-1 overall, 4-1 in the league. Russell's 3-9 overall, 1-3 in the league. Minneapolis is averaging 59 points a game. Russell is averaging 49 points a game. We're winning games by an average of 20 points. Russell is a -8 on point differential on their games, guys. Common opponents, they beat Ellenwood by 10, which surprises me. Ellenwood, I thought, was the team that played us was better than that. I don't know. They beat Sacred Heart 53-44 early on in the year. Then they lost to Republic County by 16. They beat Ellsworth by 5. Lost to Beloit by 14 and lost to Hoisington by 23. So we've had some common opponents there that give us a strength of schedule and potential. This is the 36th game in the series. Minneapolis leads it 27-8. We've won the last 5 in a row. We've got an 11-5 record here against the Broncos in Russell. But this is a new night, a new game. Anything can happen on January 28, 2011.
Yeah, it is, and this is one that you've got to come in looking at. You just got to say you can't overlook this Russell Bronco team. And Minneapolis is going to have to come into tonight, and they're going to have to sorry, folks.
Play well.
Yeah, take care of business and get things taken care of. And they're going to have to do it the way they've done it all year, and that's transition, defense, and hitting some big threes. And we've had some good luck getting it into the low block as well with the high-low post. So Minneapolis, as they come into tonight, they've got a chance. As Beloit got beat, they've got a chance to maintain the tie with Beloit in the league.
Yeah, big happenings in Beloit last Tuesday night with Sacred Heart pulling out a 1-point win with no time on the clock. Shocking results there, but it put us back basically in a tie for the league, and we control our own destiny in the league title hunt for the last half of the regular season, last half of the league schedule. They start that off tonight with the first of 2 games left in January, February against the Russell Broncos.
As we will have the starting lineups here in just a second, as the Russell Broncos are in their home white, and Minneapolis in their road red, and we'll have the starting lineup here in just a second for Minneapolis.
They got the PA fixed.
Apparently so. Surprised we don't have the national anthem.
Well, we might after the introductions. The band's here, so.
I think it's 35.
So, public service announcements going on right now.
As we wait for the public service announcement, Minneapolis, as I said earlier, in their road red, and the Russell Broncos in their home white. And we will have the starting lineups here in just a second for Minneapolis. Starting out, number 3, senior 5'9" guard Casey Argerbright. for the Russell Broncos. 5'8" junior, number 1, Craig Farmer. For Minneapolis, number 5, 5'9" junior guard, John Darrow. For the Russell Broncos, number 3, 6'1" senior, Adam Bueller. Bueller! For Minneapolis, number 13, Andrew Yoxel, 6'1" junior for the Lions. And for the Russell Broncos, number 5, Jordan Hecker, a 6' junior. For Minneapolis, number 15, 6'2" senior, Grayson George. And for the Russell Broncos, Brennan Walter, a 6'1" junior. It's a pretty good sized boy underneath there. And for the Russell Broncos, for Minneapolis, Dylan Crossan, number 33, a 6'3" senior. And for the Russell Broncos, number 25 for the Russell Broncos is Michael Von Felt, a 6'2" senior. As Russell Broncos and the Minneapolis Lions getting ready to do battle here. And we will have the national anthem. I'm not sure where the flag's at. There it is, right in the middle. Welcome back to Russell High School, Russell, Kansas, as we get ready for tonight's tip-off. And say, I didn't give you much chance to talk in that girls game, did I, buddy? No words of wisdom right now. I'm gonna work on you, buddy. I'm gonna keep working on him as Ethan Keating is helping us out here tonight.
You just have to be able to pick your moment and put a word in there, because you got to listen for him to catch a breath, and then you go.
Not the truth, not the truth. Minneapolis and Russell getting ready to go here as Walter and George to jump, and the ball will go in the hands of Andrew Yoxel. Back to Casey Argamright. Argamright back to Grayson George, back to Darrow. Darrow on the outside, back to Grayson. Ball goes on the outside, swing pass or to Casey Argamright. Down low to Yoxel. Yoxel down in the paint, and he'll be fouled down low by Walter. As Walter will pick up his first personal foul, and going down the line will be Andrew Yoxel. Nice job by the Lions to get it in the low block to try to get the ball down low. First shot is up and off the mark by Andrew Yoxel.
What I was going to say is Russell, on their roster here, they have 7 seniors.
7 seniors.
And they're only using 2 of them. They're using mostly juniors this year. So they're using
2 misses
younger.
by Yoxel.
Yoxel misses them both. Coming down will be for the Broncos as Von Felt runs the point for him. Von Felt at 6'2" senior running the point. That's interesting. Bueller with the ball on the outside. Gets it back to Von Felt. Von Felt will drive, and he will lose it out of bounds off of Andrew Yoxel. It'll stay with the Broncos. Von Felt to pull the trigger. He gets it into the hands of Hecker. Hecker looks down low. He'll drive. Ball goes back out to Farmer, and he will dribble it off the off the floor, off the sideline. It'll be turnover back to Minneapolis. Argenbright set it up, gets it back to Grayson George. Grayson back to Darrow, back to Argenbright. Casey on the outside, looks to Crossan. Swing pass over to Darrow. Darrow back over to Argenbright. Goes back in the inside to Crossan. Crossan back to Grayson for, doesn't take the shot. Off the mark, rebounded by Von Felt. As Minneapolis hasn't been able to find the hole yet to start this ball game. Von Felt drives, gets it back out to Bueller. Bueller picks up his dribble, and it's going to be an over the back. And oh, nice job, gets it in the hands of Andrew Yoxel. Off the glass, and he can't get it. Wow.
How there wasn't a backcourt call there, I don't know.
Ball goes back in the hands of Von Felt. We've missed a couple opportunities right here. Ball goes back to Bueller. He'll take the three off the mark, and that'll be over the back on Farmer, or Hecker, and it will back to Minneapolis. So we've had some missed opportunities. Andrew Yoxel does not miss very often, and he missed a couple free throws as well as one down off
he's
the glass.
just getting warmed up here.
Argenbright to set it up for the Lions. Minneapolis runs, sets the offense. Oh, and the turnover.
Come on, Red, let's go.
Minneapolis just not getting anything started so far here. 0, no score yet on either side. Bueller with the ball and guarded by Grayson George. Back to Von Felt. Von Felt on the outside, guarded by Yoxel. He'll drive. Nice job by Andrew Yoxel. Back to Bueller. He'll take the three. It's off the mark. And there's a foul over the back. Nice job by Dylan Crossan.
On 22, I think.
As Walter hits his second foul. Good call, as checking in will be number 21. Not sure who that is. I don't know who number 21 is. So
I have to listen for a name on the PA.
That'd be Eric Rourke.
Eric Rourke, if that's who it is. Ball goes to Yoxel from the free throw line, off the mark. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Von Felt.
Crossan battled for it, fell down, lost it.
I don't think, you look at Rourke's size, I don't think that's Eric Rourke. 21. Von Felt drives, gets it back out to Farmer. Farmer will pick up his dribble, gets it back to Bueller. Bueller guarded by Grayson George. Gets it back to Von Felt. Von Felt. There's a charge. Nice job, Casey Argenbright, as Von Felt takes Casey Argenbright out. As Von Felt will have his first personal foul. 4:51 left in the first. Nobody's been able to get the ball through the net yet, as we've got a scoreless ball game. They're on the outside. Back to Yoxel, back to George. Goes to Argenbright. Casey drives. Casey's going to walk with it, and that'll be a turnover on the Lions. Minneapolis going to pick up a full court press. So they would get it into Von Felt. They will go back to Bueller. Bueller guarded by, three-point shot up and good by Hecker, as the Russell Broncos take the 3-0 lead. Grayson George on the outside. He'll take a three.
Yeah.
There he is. Nice job, Grayson George, as he drains the three from the left-hand side with a man in his face. Nice job, Grayson George. Von Felt will walk it down, and they do not want to get in a running match with us. And double team there. Nice job by Minneapolis. Timeout called by the Russell Broncos, and they call a 30-second timeout. So we will take a quick one with them. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communications Channel 8.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to Central Kansas and will continue the tradition. Minneapolis Raceway will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
This internet broadcast is made possible by Don Allison at Santa Fe Carpet in Salina. New carpet prices start at $1.50 per square foot. All colors in plain or plush styles, including popular.
Welcome back to Russell, Kansas. It's 3-all, 3:57 to go in the first quarter.
Von Felt guarded by Yoxel, gets it back to Bueller. Minneapolis picks up a double team. Bueller drives, gets it back to Von Felt, back to Bueller. Bueller swing pass, and he'll walk with it down low. That's a turnover to go back the other direction.
Happy feet.
Tied up at 3:43 left in the first as Minneapolis gets ready to get 3 fresh bodies in. Darrow back to George, back to Argenbright. Back to Crossan, back to Casey. Casey drives from the free throw line, up and no good. And rebounded by Hecker.
They've done a good job on the defensive boards.
They have. Von Felt drives. Back to Farmer. Farmer on the outside. Back to Von Felt. Von Felt back to Farmer, guarded by Darrow. Looks at Bueller. Has nothing. Goes back to Von Felt. Von Felt will drive. And there's going to be, nearly a turnover. Goes back to Von Felt. He'll drive in. Shot up. No good. And rebounded by John Michael. Darrow will have numbers. And he'll go the other direction. It'll be off the hands of Hecker, and coming in will be Garrett Doherty, Kyler Macy, and Zach Allison. As checking out will be Darrow, Crossan, and Argenbright. Grayson George to inbounds. Zach Allison gets it into Garrett Doherty. Garrett back to Grayson for 3, and it's off the mark, but it's rebounded by Kyler Macy, and there's a foul right there. Kyler gets the rebound and goes to the ground. Foul will be on number 1, I believe, Craig Farmer. Minneapolis to inbounds on the side.
5 team fouls on the Broncos, none on the Lions.
Grayson George back to Macy, back to Doherty. Doherty into Yoxel. Back to Zach Allison off the mark. Zach gets his own rebound and saves it off the back of the backboard and could not save it into play.
Good setup there, just couldn't convert it.
Von Felt will bring it down, guarded by Yoxel. You just don't see this very often. 6'1". No good.
Foul on George. Over the back.
Now we can hear who it is.
Number 15, Grayson George is coached. First team foul.
They're not going to tell me who's at the line.
If he makes it, they will.
Nope. So, no clue who number 21 is. Darrow comes back in, as well as Garrett Pounds. Second one is up and off the mark. Rebound off the glass, no good. That'll be a foul on Farmer. And that will be their 16th, his second personal foul. So.
Foul number 1, Craig Farmer, his second. 16 foul.
Ball will come back. Russell Broncos with a 1-point lead, 4-3. As Doherty will bring it down. Back to Kyler Macy. Back to Doherty. Doherty back to Darrow. Darrow zone defense by the Broncos. Back to Darrow for 3. Off the mark and rebounded by Von Felt. Von Felt. Nice save by Minneapolis, and that's going to be a foul on Garrett Pounds. So Pounds couldn't quite get position. His first personal, second team foul by the Lions. Von Felt pull the trigger for the Broncos. Bueller shot up, no good, and picked up by Garrett Doherty. Doherty will bring it down. Gets it.
Shot the pass a little bit high over.
A little high over there. Turnover
3 or 4 feet.
Come back the other direction. Minute 31 left in the first quarter. 4-3. Russell Broncos with the 1-point lead. Von Felt walks it down. He'll be picked up by Garrett Pounds. Ball goes back to Bueller. Bueller back to Farmer. Back to Bueller. Bueller drives, and it's pulled out by Heckler. Heckler guarded tightly there, gets it back to Von Felt. Minute 7 left in the first quarter. Ball goes back to Bueller. Bueller shot up and good, makes it, and he's going to be fouled. And he will go to the line as Minneapolis. Bueller, if I remember right, wasn't a too bad shooter last year because I kept remembering you yelling Bueller. So first foul on Zach Allison as Minneapolis will get 4 fresh bodies here in just a second. They're coming in now as
no 2-shot fouls. So.
As
we're down 6-3, 58 seconds to go. We got to get things turned around here.
Shot is up and off the mark. Oh, up and in. Up and in, gets the bucket to fall. 7-3. Ball goes back to Grayson George, back to Darrow, back to Grayson. Grayson back to Yoxel. Yoxel in the crossing up and good in the paint. Nice job by the Lions. 7-5, they get it down low to Crossan in the low block. Von Felt will bring it down. Nice hustle by Andrew Yoxel. Nice ball movement by Von Felt as well. Gets it back to Farmer. Farmer on the outside, guarded by Darrow. Gets it back to Von Felt. 21 seconds left. They're going to work for the shot. And Von Felt drives around. Gets it back to Bueller. He'll look at the 3. Backs it away. Get to Von Felt for 3. Off the mark, Casey Argenbright. 3 seconds left. Casey shot up, and it won't be good. Casey, nice job by Argenbright to even get a shot off as he gets right to about half court and lets it fly, but just didn't quite have enough oomph on it. Minneapolis trails by 2 at the end of 1. You're listening to 910 KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
And the score is 7-5 in favor of the Russell Broncos.
94-ounce carpet. Financing is available at Santa Fe Carpet, 4 blocks south of St. John's Military School.
Where do you go when you need groceries? Jeans IGA, of course. Jeans is proud to be a sponsor of Minneapolis sports and hopes that you'll encourage your children to be as competitive in the classroom as they are in sports. Jeans IGA, a proud sponsor of today's game.
The State Bank of Delphus and Glasgow and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks committed to making your banking experience as easy and personal as possible. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Salina Spring and Axle, specializing in all your suspension, alignment, and brake needs for over 50 years. Located at 672 South Broadway, just north of Crawford Street in Salina.
Welcome back to Russell, Kansas. 7-5, Russell Broncos with the lead, and the Broncos had the ball as it goes into Von Felt. Von Felt will bring it down, guarded by Andrew Yoxel. Picks up his dribble at the top of the key. And nice hustle by Argenbright. Gets it back to Farmer for the Broncos. Guarded by Darrow at the top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Gets it back to Bueller. Bueller drives. Oh, nice drop down pass. Oh, nearly blocked by Crossan. They say they get him on the arm. And at the line will be number 21, which we still don't know who he is. So. Tell me who's at the line, Mr. PA. First shot is up and good.
No, either.
Apparently not. So
4th team foul on the Lions. 16 fouls to 4.
I'm gonna ask somebody. You guys go ahead and talk for a minute.
He makes them vote. 9-5 in favor of the Broncos here. Yoxel inbounds it to Argenbright. He brings it across the half-court line. George on the wing takes a 3, and it's through. 9-8 to score, 7:20 remaining here in the second quarter. The Lions pick up a little pressure at the half-court line. 25 dribbling the ball. And Yoxel with the steal.
Nice job by Andrew Yoxel. Oh, wow. Nice block by Von Felt. I'm not sure how he got that one, but and then I'll turn it over the other direction. Who made the bucket down here for us, guys?
George, three-pointer.
Three-pointer.
Did you find out the mystery man?
Yes, I did. Austin Donovan. 6'1" freshman. So he is a freshman, but he's
Looks kind of young.
pretty good size boy, playing pretty good. Grayson George back to Argenbright. Casey swing pass over to Darrow. Darrow back to Grayson. Grayson drives, shot in the lane, up and good. Nice job, Grayson George, as he gets it to fall.
So we take our first lead in the night, 10-9.
Von Felt with the ball, guarded by Yoxel. As he swings around. I tell you, I'm kind of impressed by Von Felt. He's a pretty good ball handler. Ball goes back to Bueller, shot up and no good, rebounded by Yoxel. Gets it back to Argenbright. Wow, Casey somehow comes away with that one. We've got numbers. Darrow for three, good. Nice job, John Michael, as he hits a three from the right wing. 13-9 Lions with the lead. Von Felt, a senior, you can tell he's already he's had to work pretty hard against Yoxel.
Not your typical point guard looking guy, but
no,
he's doing it.
Farmer shot up, no good. Off the mark, rebounded by Bueller. Bueller shot up and good. Bueller, pretty good ball player for a senior. Doesn't have a lot of size on him. Darrow, another three, and it's good. John Michael feels it, and he hits two in a row from about the same spot, about 3 feet to the right, and he drains his second one.
Three trays out of two guys in the same spot this quarter.
16-11. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to 910KNA.com, as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Lions will lead 16-11.
Brown Mackie College Salina is proud to support our regional high school sports. Join us this year in cheering on the Minneapolis Lions, the Solomon Gorillas, and the Ellsworth Bearcats.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex Salina, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars, new GMC trucks and SUVs. Serving their customers since 1957, Bennett Autoplex Salina.
Tonight's game coverage is brought to you by Santa Fe Carpet, where new carpet starts at $1.50 per square foot. Santa Fe Carpet now has Soft Sense by Bliss, the softest, smartest carpet ever in 48 colors. Salina's bottom line carpet price, Santa Fe Carpet, 4 blocks south of St. John's Military School.
Welcome back to Russell, Kansas. Broncos with the ball. Von Felt guarded by Grayson George this time as they switch it up a little bit. Zach Allison checks in for Andrew Yoxel. They get it back to Farmer. Minneapolis switches off into a still on a man here, but Farmer on the outside gets it back to Von Felt. Guarded by Grayson George, back to Bueller. Bueller drives, pulls it back out to Von Felt. Von Felt gets it back to Bueller. No good, gets his own rebound. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Crossan. Crossan up to Argenbright. Casey will bring it down. Has numbers, gets it. Oh, nice pass to Grayson George. Down in the lane, up and good. Nice pass by Casey. Guys, Ethan, did you see how he threaded the needle on that one? Just answer me, buddy. Nice job by Minneapolis.
He caught his breath, Ethan.
I took a breath. You got to talk when you take a breath, man. Bueller on the outside, swing pass over to Von Felt. Von Felt guarded by Grayson George, and there's going to be a foul on Grayson. And Minneapolis picking up the defensive intensity.
Macy and Doherty come in for George and Argenbright.
Ethan, I'm going to make you into a talker yet, buddy. You just wait. Ball goes, shot is off the mark. There's going to be a foul. Oh, wow.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul. Number 21 is, now they give me his name, Austin Donovan.
17 fouls, so we're in the 1-on-1 from here on.
Doherty into Crossan back to Darrow. Darrow shot up and no good. Rebounded by Crossan underneath. We got a tie up. It'll stay with Minneapolis as Dylan Crossan, Zach Allison, and I believe Craig Farmer battling down there underneath. Possession arrow goes to the Lions. Gets it into Darrow. Darrow back to Kyler Macy. Kyler back to Darrow. Back to Doherty. Swing pass into I can't talk here, guys. Darrow drives into Crossan in the lane, up and good. Nice job by Dylan Crossan. Great ball movement by Minneapolis. John Michael Darrow drew the defense and just had a nice little drop down pass, and Crossan finishes it. Von Felt guarded by Macy. So drive the right-hand side. Gets the ball over to Farmer. Farmer double team, picked up. Gets it over to number 15, which is Kaylor Larson, 5'9" senior. 3:37 left to go in the first half. Down low, shot up and no good, and it's going to be rebounded. It's going to be off of red. It'll be Russell's basketball. So Minneapolis will. Not sure who just checked in for him. Von Felt sets down. We'll see who their point guard is now.
15, I think, right, checked in.
Ball goes into Hecker. Hecker back to Farmer. Farmer back to Bueller. Oh, nice job. Kyler Macy with a great steal. Kyler takes it in. He's going to be fouled. Nice job by Kyler Macy. A great steal at the top of the key, Ethan, and he was able to work around that one. Kyler Macy.
I think Ethan agrees with you.
Folks, Ethan, you're a freshman, right? Just don't know what to think about all this talking going on by me. Kyler Macy shot up and good. Nice job by the senior Kyler Macy. I didn't always used to be this talkative.
It's kind of hard to imagine, isn't it, Ethan?
Second shot is up and good by Kyler as he drains them both from the line. 22-11, 3:18 as Bueller runs the point guard for the Broncos, guarded by Macy. And he's double teamed. Nice job by the Lions. And there's going to be a nice job by Kyler.
Nice job by Bueller. He turned away from the defense, which left Macy's arm draped all over his arm. Drew the foul.
Awfully close to a tie-up, but didn't quite get it. Hecker with the ball, guarded by Doherty. Hecker drives to the left, gets it over to Bueller. Bueller swing pass, and it's going to be stolen by Crossan. Crossan with the steal as he goes in. Up and good. Nice job, Dylan Crossan, as he takes it the length of the court. Nice job, Dylan Crossan, as he runs the court very well right there. Ball picked up, and it's in the hands of Hecker. Hecker on the outside picks up his dribble, gets it back to Bueller. Bueller drives, and stolen by Doherty. Doherty comes out with it. Nice job, Garrett Doherty gets it up to Kyler Macy. And he can't get it. Nice try by Kyler, just couldn't quite get it there as Minneapolis misses an opportunity, and they will have the turnover.
He's a traveling man.
Von Felt will check back in for the Broncos, as so will for Minneapolis. Garrett Pounds, Andrew Yoxel, as well as Casey Argenbright.
24-11 in favor of the Alliance. 2:25 to go in the half.
Argenbright to bring it down. Back to Doherty as he will run the point for the Lions. Gets it over to Macy. Macy back to Doherty, back to Argenbright. Casey gets it to Yoxel. Yoxel gets his man in the paint. Back to Doherty. Swing pass over to Argenbright. Casey drives, shot up and off the mark. Rebounded by Hecker. Hecker back to Von Felt. Von Felt will bring it down for the Broncos. Von Felt drives. Goes back the other direction. Great pass down low. Gets it back to Bueller for three. It's off the mark and be off of White. It'll be Minneapolis ball. 24-11. Minute 49 left in the half. Argenbright on the outside. Back to Doherty. Doherty back to Argenbright. Swing pass over to Macy. Macy back to Argenbright. Into Yoxel, back to Macy. Macy drives, shot up and good. Nice job, Kyler Macy, as he gets a nice little runner in the lane. 4 points by Kyler tonight. 26-11 Lions with the lead. Von Felt brings it back down. They pick up the double team. They go back to Bueller, and great hop. Great job by Garrett Pounds as he steps in and forces the turnover. Great job by Pounds. Casey Argenbright shot up and good. Nice job. Casey Argenbright comes the other direction. 28-11. Minneapolis with a nice lead.
1:05 to go, regulation.
Von Felt trapped at the top. He dribbles right around it. Goes down to Bueller, and we've got a
offensive control foul.
Von Felt picks up his second as player control will go back to the Lions as he will sit down, as checking in, back in will be number 15, which is Kaylor Larson. Garrett Doherty. They'll run the offense here. Argenbright on the outside, back to Macy, back to Doherty. Doherty looks down to Pounds, goes into Yoxel. Yoxel into Garrett. Pounds, shot up, no good. Rebounded by the Russell Broncos.
Oh, he switched pivot. No call.
Hecker trapped. Oh, nice job by Hecker. Drives all the way around. Oh, great hustle by Andrew Yoxel. Comes out of nowhere to get that one knocked away. Great job, Andrew Yoxel. 28-11. Lions with the lead. The Broncos had the ball underneath their own bucket. Farmer with the ball. As they get the pass into Hecker, stolen by Argenbright. Nice job, Casey, and he'll go the length of the court. He's up and good. Nice job, Argenbright, as he gets the bucket after the turnover. Nice job by the Lions. Bueller with the ball. Rolls to right-hand side. Double team. We go back over to the freshman. Freshman back. Three-point shot by Hecker. Off the mark, rebounded by Garrett Doherty. And Garrett has with 10 seconds to get it up to Kyler Macy. Kyler off the glass and good. 6 points by Kyler Macy. Jay, is that a bunch? That's his high for the year?
That's his lifetime.
Is that his high for the year?
I think that's his lifetime high.
What was that? It's 7 against Bennington.
Oh, okay.
It's 7 against Bennington.
32-11.
Nice job by Lions. They outscore them there in the second quarter as they score 27-3 or 27-4. 27-4, guys. Wow. What a second quarter by the Lions.
A little bit of a turnaround there.
Wow. So the Lions had the lead at the half. 32-11. We'll take a break. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
We're going to let Scott catch his breath.
Welcome back to Russell High School as the Minneapolis Lions had the lead 32-11 at the half. And wow, folks, what a game to start this thing. 7-5 at the end of one. Russell had the lead. Minneapolis, though, comes out in the second quarter and scores 27 points to 4. A lot of that transition points. 3 big threes, 2 by John Darrow and 1 by Grayson George, as Minneapolis has the lead. But great job by Minneapolis as they were able to push the ball, Dale, and they got a ton of turnovers. Minneapolis had 4, and the Russell Broncos had 7. And I know I missed a few because I was not completely keeping track of the turnovers. For the Russell Broncos, Adam Bueller with 5 points, Jordan Heckler with 3, and Austin Donovan with 3 points off the bench, a freshman. For the Minneapolis Lions, Casey Argenbright with 4, John Darrow with 6, Kyler Macy was 6, Grayson George was 10, and Dylan Crossan was 6. Nice job by the Minneapolis Lions as they have the lead 20 by a score of 32-11. And Dale, I just felt like transition-wise, they were able to pick up some huge transition points there in the second quarter.
Well, you got to give your hats off here to the Russell Broncos, who came into this game very heavily underrated, or not underrated, not favored, I guess I should say. They played a good first quarter. They worked the ball well. They made some nice shots here and there. But I felt that the Lions were just kind of sleepwalking.
In the first quarter.
Yeah, they just, the pizzazz wasn't there. That changed in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
And opened up with some threes, then the steals started coming. And we got some good inside work also into the low post conversions by Dylan Crossan for the layups. And then came the transition points.
Yeah, well, you know, anytime that somebody plays a zone against us, and yes, it shuts down our outside for a while, but if we can hit some of those, even in the zone, then it frees up the inside play. And we had some pretty good inside play. We missed some shots. Hats off to a couple defensive players. Andrew Yoxel doing a great job on the defensive side, but another one that I felt like did a great job was Garrett Pounds. Mm-hmm. Garrett Pounds did a great job on the down there on the defensive side with a couple big rebounds and a steal down low and just banging bodies. So nice job by Garrett Pounds. Minneapolis has a lead by a score of 32-11, and Ethan, I felt like that as we talked about with Dale, the fact that they were able to hit some of them big threes, it sure did open up the inside play as well.
Yeah, Grayson and Darrow both did a really good job on a couple of them threes, and it really brought up the points and made the margin large.
Yeah, and anytime you can hit those threes from the outside, it spreads the defense, which then in turn, they can get it down to Crossan, and Dylan Crossan has 6 points, had 2 big field goals, but a couple of those was not sure how many transition points we had in layups and steals, but we had a bunch there in the second quarter. Minneapolis has the lead, 32-11. We'll take a break and hear some more music, and then we'll be back with the second half. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
We'll leave it here and listen to the Russell Band. Getting ready to roll the third quarter action. Minneapolis Lions against the host, Russell Broncos. Minneapolis with a comfortable 21-point lead now, 32-11. We outscored them in the second quarter,
27-4.
27-4.
Yeah, big second quarter, and then they couldn't handle our defense. And we're not even picking them up on a full-court press down. We're picking up on half-court traps, and that's something big right there. Is we're picking them up in the half-court game and picking them up and picking up some big steals. So
possession arrow to the Broncos. Start the third quarter.
Go Red. Starting lineup back on the floor for the Lions, and it looks like the same for the Broncos, as they've got a couple players with a couple fouls. Von Felt will be guarded by Argenbright, and he'll drop down. And Minneapolis looks at the double team. They go back. Oh, Bueller will drive. Shot up and good by Hecker, as Hecker gets the bucket. Casey Argenbright comes back down. Grayson George looks at a three, goes back to Argenbright, back to Darrow, back to Argenbright. Casey drives, back over to Yoxel down low in the paint, back to George for three, and he drains it. Nice job, Grayson George. Big three out on the right-hand side. 35-3, that's his third three of the ball game. And he stepped over and back, turnover, will give it back to the Lions. Nice job by Minneapolis with the pressure defense at the top.
Speaking of threes, Minneapolis alum Ryan Weedle was 6 of 10 the other night against Missouri State.
Wow.
On the trays.
Wow, that's pretty.
Tuesday night, I think.
Grayson George back to Argenbright. Casey back to Darrow. Darrow back to Argenbright. And we're going to get the tie-up. It'll stay with Minneapolis. Almost a turnover right there in the deal.
And if you know Ryan, his feet weren't shuffled up to the line. They were downtown.
6 of 10.
6 of 10. Wow. But they still lost by 2 points.
Argenbright to inbounds. Gets to the top of the key to Darrow. Darrow back to Argenbright. He'll take a three. Off the mark. Rebounded by Hecker. Hecker back to Von Felt. Von Felt will roll the right-hand side. He's guarded by Argenbright as he drives. Shot up, no good, and rebounded by Argenbright. And then turned back over.
Oh, they called blocking foul.
Wow.
I thought that was a great defensive
I did
position by
too.
Dylan.
Nice. It wasn't Dylan, it was Andrew Yoxel. I thought Andrew was completely set on that. Hecker makes the bucket and will have the and one. And good. Argenbright will bring it down for Minneapolis. Back to Grayson George. He'll take another three off the mark. And Yoxel with the rebound.
All over the back of Yoxel.
And he'll get fouled. Nice job, Andrews. He'll go to the line.
Was
shoot two.
Bueller.
22, no.
Well,
out on Brennan Walter, his third personal foul.
Yeah, the foul wasn't on Bueller, but it should have been.
First shot is up and good by Andrew Yoxel.
When a player has his arm on the shoulder of another, his hand on the shoulder of another player, slowing him down, that's foul.
Second shot coming by Yoxel. Just in case you want to know, Ethan, Dale knows everything.
That's right.
Second shot is up and good. Second shot up and good by.
Unless I can be proven differently.
So Von Feld on the outside, guarded by Argenbright. Little shove off. Oh, nice job. Stolen by Minneapolis. Crossing back to Argenbright. Back to, oh, he keeps it himself off the glass. No good. And missed it. Wow. Missed opportunity right there. Casey tried it off the glass and just couldn't get it to fall. And Grayson couldn't get the backside rebound. Ball will come back the other direction. Bueller guarded by Grayson George. Picks up his dribble, goes back to Farmer. Farmer guarded by Darrow. Back to Hecker. Hecker on the outside picks up his dribble. Goes back to down low. Great job by Crossan with the steal right there. Argenbright back to Grayson George. Grayson in the lane, up and good. Nice job, Grayson with the left hand, up and good. Nice shot by the senior Grayson George. Foul will be on number 3, Bueller, and I think that is his second personal. Grayson at the line for the and one.
I guess you could suffice it to say, Scott, that I'm a highly opinionated person.
Shot is up and good by Grayson George, and Dale, that's okay. I'm just giving you some static.
My son picked up on that for himself, and it just drives my daughter-in-law nuts sometimes.
Just giving you a little static. Kyler Macy, Garrett Doherty, and Zach Allison and Garrett Pounds check in. Grayson George stays on the floor. 40-16 Lions with a nice lead. Bueller brings the ball down, guarded by Doherty. Gets it back to Von Felt. Von Felt goes back to Hecker. Hecker looks down low. Nice job by Zach Allison to front his man down there. Ball goes back to Bueller. Bueller guarded tight by Doherty, goes back to Hecker. Goes into Von Felt. And shot is up and good. And it'll be on Garrett Pounds as he gets a hand in there. And Von Felt will go to the line for the and one. Second personal foul on Pounds. Shot is up and it is no good. Rebound by Zach Allison, gets it to Garrett Doherty. Back to Grayson George. Grayson shot off the glass, no good. And rebounded by Zach Allison. Nice hustle, Zach. Comes away with it, gets it back to Kyler Macy, back to Garrett Doherty. Good hands down low, and it'll be off of Hecker, and it'll stay with the Lions underneath their own bucket. Tried to get it down to Zach Allison, just couldn't get it quite there. Ball will come back to Grayson George for 3, and he drains it. Wow. Another big 3. That's 4 for Grayson. 43-18. 4:42 left to go here in the third quarter.
It's amazing how Grayson George's been doing. 4 out of the 5 attempts he's made.
Yeah. Oh, nice drop down pass, and it's no good. Foul on Grayson George as Donovan hits, will go to the line to shoot 2, and you're right about that. He's, I think early on he missed a 3 and then missed another one here, but other than that, it's been lights out.
I think that matches his high for 3-pointers in a game this year.
Freshman Austin Donovan has not hit a field goal, but I think he's 5 for 5 from the free throw line tonight, and he'll have another one coming here.
It's a good place to be good at.
And he makes them both. Gets it to fall. Uses the rim, gets it to fall.
There.
Grayson George on the outside. Oh, and the turnover. Oh, wow, that should have been over and back. No call, goes back,
well, no,
stays with
they
Minneapolis.
knocked it away from us.
Nice job, nice pass, can't get it to fall, and the Broncos come away with it, and the double dribble. So.
Yoxel in for Doherty, or Pounds, excuse me.
Minneapolis ball. Kyler Macy gets it to Doherty. Doherty drives into Yoxel. Can't get it. Grayson George comes away with it. And somehow Grayson comes away with it. Nice job down pass. Dylan Crossan up and good. Great ball movement. Great job by Grayson George. Flew by there so quickly. Ball trapped at the top. Bueller, and ball goes back to Hecker. Hecker double team. Gets it over to, and shot is up and good by Donovan.
You know, that kid is not real tall, and he doesn't look really like he has a basketball player's body, but he's pretty effective.
Yeah, you know, he's not bad. 6'1", fairly broad shoulders. Not too bad looking freshman, Dale. We'll take a break. You're listening to 910KNA.com. Minneapolis 45, Russell Broncos 22.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to Central Kansas and will continue the tradition. Minneapolis Raceway will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
This internet broadcast is made possible by Don Allison at Santa Fe Carpet in Salina. New carpet prices start at $1.50 per square foot. All colors in plain or plush styles, including popular 94-ounce carpet. Financing is available at Santa Fe Carpet, 4 blocks south of St. John's Military School.
Where do you go when you need groceries? Jeans IGA, of course. Jeans is proud to be a sponsor of Minneapolis sports and hopes that you'll encourage your children to be as competitive in the classroom as they are in sports. Jeans IGA, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Welcome back to Russell, Kansas. 46-22 Lions of the lead. Garrett Doherty gets it over to Darrow, back to Doherty, back to Macy. Macy on the right-hand side, gets it back to Darrow, swing pass over to Doherty as he looks down low, has nothing. Drives in, gets it back to Yoxel. Yoxel back to Darrow for 3, and it's good. Nice job by John Michael as he hits a 3. 7 threes tonight, I think. Is that right?
I think that's 3 for Darrow.
3 for Darrow, so a big 3, this one from the right corner. Nice job by Garrett Doherty, and ball will stay with the Broncos, but great effort. Jay, is that 7 threes for us total? Yep, so 7 total. Ball goes into Farmer. Farmer guarded by Darrow. And he picks up his dribble, goes back to Bueller. Bueller will drive. And he dribbles it off his foot. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought they were going to call it off red.
I was sitting there thinking, surely not.
It went off of Bueller's foot. Be a turnover back to the Lions. Doherty back to Darrow. Oh, nice pass down the low to Yoxel. Great pass as Yoxel finishes underneath Garrett Doherty with the quick little pass, shuttle pass underneath. 50-22. Bueller on the outside. Swing pass over to Farmer. Farmer drives. And there's going to be a tie-up and a foul is going to be on. Yeah,
he
had his arm around him, and that'll be a foul on Darrow. That'll be his, I think, just his first personal. Kyler Macy will check out, as well as Garrett Doherty. As checking in will be Grayson George and Casey Argenbright. Ball goes into Bueller. Bueller rolls to the left-hand side, picks up his dribble, goes back to Hecker. Hecker picks up his dribble, goes back over to Von Felt. Von Felt will drive, back to Hecker. Hecker back to Von Felt. Ball goes back, 3 seconds. Got a new player in there. Another freshman, 6'3", Gage Nichols.
No, he's not 6'3".
That's what it says here. That's what my little paper says. He's a freshman.
I believe he's a freshman.
So
I don't believe he's 6'3".
Argenbright picks up his dribble back to Yoxel. Yoxel gets his man up in the air. There we go. We'll find out, in fact, if that's who it is, because he picks up the foul. So Andrew Yoxel will go to the line to shoot 2.
See, Grayson George is taller than he is.
Gage Nichols. I was right.
Well, but he's not 6'3".
Shot is up and good by Andrew Yoxel. 51-22, minute 44 left. Ethan, what do you think, buddy?
I'm thinking they got a lot of tall freshmen.
Yeah, they do have some tall
big freshmen.
Second one's off the mark. Dylan Crossan with a big rebound off to Argenbright, back to George for 3. Nails it. Wow, nice shot, Grayson George. 5 threes for Grayson tonight. As ball will come back in the hands of Hecker. Hecker has a double team, stolen by Crossan into Grayson George. Back shot is up, no good, and he will be fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 54-22. Grayson George will go to the line to shoot 2 here. Intentional foul.
I guess so.
Number 5, George Hecker is second.
Because Grayson's at the free throw line alone.
14 foul.
Shot is up and off the mark.
14 fouls apiece.
Second shot is up and he gets that one to fall. So intentional foul, and Minneapolis will have the ball underneath their own bucket there as Garrett Pounds checks in for the Lions, as well as Zach Allison. Minute 24 left in the third quarter. Ball goes atop the key to Grayson George, back to Casey Argenbright. Casey drives back to Grayson for 3, off the mark, rebounded by Argenbright. Casey in the lane, shot back to Darrow. Darrow back to Argenbright, back to Grayson. Into Zach Allison, turnover, go back the other direction. Von Felt back to Bueller. Bueller with the ball. We'll try to the right-hand side. Gets it back to Von Felt. Von Felt drives. And there's a shove. That's going to be called on Garrett Pounds.
Foul number 24, Garrett Pounds is third.
Checking back in for the Broncos is number 22, Brennan Walter. Andrew Yoxel checks in for Garrett Pounds. Nice job, Garrett Pounds. Ball will go into Von Felt.
Knocked away by Yoxel, I think.
Good hustle by Argenbright as well as Hecker. Great hustle by Argenbright though there, Dale.
Yep.
Bueller with the ball. Picks up his dribble. Goes over to Von Felt. Von Felt drives. Shot off the glass, no good. And picked up by Kyler Macy. Macy gets it up to Argenbright. Casey drives. Back to Darrow, back to Argenbright. Drives all the way in off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Zach Allison. And there will be a tie-up. Zach Allison and I believe Von Felt were battling down there. It will go to the Broncos with the possession arrow. 55-22, 7.9 seconds left. Bueller brings it down. Brings it over, 3-point shot deep, and it's good. Ooh, thought it was going to be good for a second there. And it will be 55-22 as Minneapolis extends their lead. As we get ready for the fourth quarter, we'll have some point totals for you in the third quarter after this word from our sponsors.
The State Bank of Delphus and Glasgow and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks committed to making your banking experience as easy and personal as possible. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Salina Spring and Axle, specializing in all your suspension, alignment, and brake needs for over 50 years. Located at 672 South Broadway, just north of Crawford Street in Salina. Brown Mackie College Salina is proud to support our regional high school sports. Join us this year in cheering on the Minneapolis Lions, the Solomon Gorillas, and the Ellsworth Bearcats.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex Salina, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars, new GMC trucks and SUVs. Serving their customers since 1957, Bennett Autoplex Salina.
Welcome back to wherever the heck we're at, Russell, Kansas. Sorry, guys. As Garrett Doherty will bring it down for the Lions, gets it back in the hands of,
And he drove here tonight, folks.
Darrow. Swing pass back to Darrow on the outside. Gets it back in the hands of Macy. Back to Doherty. Doherty into Pounds. Back for 3 from Darrow, off the mark. Oh, nice job by Crossan. Great rebound, puts it up and, yes! Gets it to fall. Nice job, Dylan Crossan. Wow, that was a big rebound, Dale.
Yes, we got the nice shooter's roll there. It was just as easily could have gone out, but it had enough spin to fall in.
57-22. Misses the free throw. And Garrett Doherty comes away with the steal. Nice job, Garrett Doherty, into Kyler Macy. Kyler is fouled, no call, and it will be off of White, stays with Minneapolis. Garrett Doherty came out of nowhere on that one, guys.
Anticipated the passing lane very well.
Alex Yoxel checks in for the first time as Dylan Crossan gets a round of applause. Ball goes backward to Darrow. Darrow back to Macy. Macy back to Doherty. Swing pass over to Darrow. Shot up and good. Nice job by Darrow to set his feet, gets the man in the air, and calmly just drops it, drops the little 12-footer. Von Felt gives it back to Bueller, back to Von Felt. Von Felt drives and stolen by Garrett Pounds. Oh, stolen back by Von Felt, off the mark, rebounded by Darrow, and then Darrow's
Underwood knocks it away from him.
Yeah. Nice job by John Michael as I'm assuming his night's done, as Alex Johnson checks in. So bucket will count as Von Felt will go to the line. You can tell Von Felt's going to throw an elbow one of these times to take somebody out. He's gotten kind of frustrated the last couple times down the floor.
There was the 30-point lead, so the clock is running through the fourth quarter.
Alex Johnson's been out with an ATV accident.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah.
Is that why he was? I wondered why he. So what happened? Just had a.
Yeah, he had stitches up his lips and stuff. He had an ATV accident on the snow day.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm glad to know that. I wondered about that. Garrett Doherty drives, no good. Rebounded by Hecker. Hecker back to Von Felt. So Alex Johnson, Alex Yoxel, Garrett Doherty, Garrett Pounds, and Kyler Macy on the floor for the Lions. Ball down to Hecker, off the glass and good. 59-27, Garrett Doherty will bring it down for the Lions. Ball goes to Johnson, back over to Doherty, into Alex Yoxel, and there's gonna be a foul on Farmer. And I think Alex Yoxel will go to the line for a one-on-one.
Yep, this will be the 7th.
So checking in will be James Foster.
Oh, no, just the 6th.
Just 6.
I looked at the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Ball goes to Kyler Macy. Macy drives, swing pass over to Doherty. Doherty back to Yoxel, back to Macy, back to Johnson. Inlet pass, swing pass to Doherty. Yep, there's a walk. As Kyler Macy shuffles his feet at the top, and we will turn the ball over back to the Broncos. Von Felt guarded by Alex Yoxel. Oh, nice job, Garrett Pounds. And, oh, great job by Garrett Doherty to dribble out of that off the ground. Kyler Macy down low. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding
Call
me.
a rejection.
Kyler Macy, though, it was a block, but I thought there was some body on that one. Wow.
It was off us.
Yeah, they said it was off us. So, timeout called by the Russell Broncos. 59-27. We will take one with them. 3:34 left to go in the ball game. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Tonight's game coverage is brought to you by Santa Fe Carpet, where new carpet starts at $1.50 per square foot. Santa Fe Carpet now has Soft Sense by Bliss, the softest, smartest carpet ever in 48 colors. Salina's bottom line carpet price, Santa Fe Carpet, 4 blocks south of St. John's Military School.
Welcome back to Russell, Kansas, as Bueller will bring the ball down, guarded by Kyler Macy. Bueller breaks the press. Nice drop down pass, shot off the glass, no good, rebounded by Garrett Doherty. Garrett gets it up to Kyler Macy. Kyler shot up and Good. Nice job, Kyler Macy. That's his career high. 8 points. Nice job, Kyler Macy, as he gets the bucket to fall. Bueller guarded by Macy there. He'll pick up his dribble.
See if we can't get him in the double figures here for the night's over.
Kyler Macy brings so much more to the floor, and his defensive-wise just as tremendous. Bueller for three. Off the mark, rebounded by Alex Yoxel. Back to Doherty. 2:41 left to go, 61-27. Back to Macy, back to Pounds. Johnson on the outside as they try to. Nice job, Alex Johnson, as he was trapped there and wisely threw it off the leg of
more than one way to get out of trouble when you're trapped.
Checking in will be number 40, which is another senior, Doug Paramore. So, you know, Ethan, you said they had 7 seniors, but the seniors really haven't played. They've only had a couple seniors that really played much. Alex Yoxel in the paint, loses the ball, pulled away by James Foster, a 5'8" senior. Gets it back to the other direction to Bueller. There we go. Nice job, Kyler Macy. Kyler did a great job of stepping right in there and taking that charge, as Bueller will pick up his 3rd personal foul, and checking in will be number 34, the freshman, Gage Nichols. Another freshman, Ethan, 6'3". Okay, now tell me, buddy. 6'3", 6'1". These 2 freshmen are pretty good sized boys.
Clock's ticking down to 125.
I'm talking about the size of these freshmen, okay?
I'm letting the people know they're listening at home on the internet and the TV how much time's left in the game.
61-27, Garrett Doherty drives around, gets it back to Alex Johnson. Back to Doherty. Got Garrett, Alex, and Kyler. Johnson shot up and good. Nice shot, Alex Johnson, as he gets a nice bucket there. I'm not sure. That might be his first points of the season.
Possibly. I can't remember.
Good hustle by Alex Yoxel right there, and that was a nice shot by Alex Johnson from the left side. Doug Paramore gets the ball inbounds to James Foster and stolen by Kyler Macy. Kyler will bring it back the other direction. 35 seconds left. Kyler backs it away, back to Doherty. And they will just let this one run down as we've got 29 seconds left. And Von Felt still in the ball game, drives around. Nice job by Garrett Doherty. 20 seconds left. Von Felt just looks like he wants to take somebody out. He's, of course, you know, I'm sure it's been a frustrating season for him, a senior leader on this team. Minneapolis will come away with the victory by a score of 63-27. Nice job by the Lions as they get a nice road win. And, you know, we were worried about them coming in. And after the first quarter, I wasn't worried.
But 2 consecutive games this week, we score 63 points. How about that?
Well, you are good at numbers. I had no clue about that one. 63-27, the Lions come away with the victory tonight over the Russell Broncos. And improved to 11-1 on the season, Dale?
12-1.
12-1. So 12-1 and keep their league tied with Beloit.
We're now 5-1. Beloit was 5-1 coming into tonight. Let's see what they did.
Who did they play tonight?
I can't remember.
So Minneapolis, though, comes away with the victory.
They might not have played at all because off a tournament. Their girls in a tournament this week. Sometimes tournament you just play one game.
So we'll take a break. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Minneapolis Lions with the victory, 63-27.
At Robertson Monument,
Welcome back as we get ready for our coaches show here. Get some stats here for
us.
us.
Nice job by the Lions tonight. As at the end of the first quarter, Russell Broncos were with the lead 7-5, and then they came back and they gave 7-5, and then We came out with a very strong second quarter. Outscored them 27-4 in the second quarter, and then outscored them 23-11 in the third quarter, and outscored them 8-7 in the fourth quarter. Run down the scoring real quick. Adam Buehler with 5, Brennan Walter with 2, Michael Von Felt with 3, Austin Donovan with 7, and Jordan Hecker with 10 for the Minneapolis Lions. Alex Johnson with 2 points. I think that's his first points of the season on the varsity side. Andrew Yoxel with 4. Casey Argenbright with 4. Darrow with 7. Kyler Macy, season high, 8 points, career high, we think, 8 points. Dylan Crossan with 10, and Grayson George with 24. And Minneapolis 7 threes tonight. Big night tonight. We're joined by Coach Shoup. Congrats, buddy.
Thanks.
Exciting. Exciting 3 quarters of exciting 3 quarters of basketball.
Yeah.
Russell came out in the first quarter, and I just didn't feel like we had our legs under us.
Right.
Just kind of, I don't know. We started out in the girls' game kind of the same way.
Yeah.
But the second quarter, we really put on a clinic as far as pressing, as far as forcing the turnovers, as far as transition points. Had some big threes in the second.
Yep.
Turned around, did the same thing in the third quarter. Just a nice balanced effort. Interesting to start out for the Russell Broncos. I was really shocked to see Von Felt, a 6'1" point guard, running the point for him, and I thought that Andrew Yoxel did a great job at pressing him.
He did. The Von Felt kid is their best ball handler. You don't see that very often because he's played past a lot of posts in the past here, but it makes sense with him doing what he can do, and then it also puts a kid on him that usually isn't able to defend him full court. So we let Andrew have at him for a while, and then we switched some quicker defenders onto him and just tried to play some games there. But overall, I thought our kids did a nice job of fighting through mentally with with some energy. We struggled, I thought, early to do that, and some of that was I knew coming in that we've been on the road for 2 weeks. They've all been long road trips. This is a long road trip, and quite honestly, the last 2 days of practice, I've practiced them really hard. Just because
you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
I feel there's some things we got to work on, and you can try to get your legs or you can try to get better, and we decided we're going to try to get better. And I also like the fact that I knew that would probably challenge us mentally here tonight, and it did. And I thought our kids responded pretty well, and it was a whole team effort, so it was good. It wasn't a beautiful game.
First quarter wasn't, but the
first quarter wasn't. But after that, we got going. We executed fairly well. The defense picked up, and I thought for the most part, we rebounded pretty well tonight.
Yeah, we did. Got into their heads a little bit, and Garrett Pounds. I noticed a couple things Garrett Pounds did very good defensively. A couple times. He made a couple of mistakes, but had some big rebounds and had some nice. Nice effort in the first half. I believe it was on this side of the basket with some big rebounds and a couple nice steals. Dylan Crossan, the same thing. We heard that Dylan had been kind of fighting some sickness.
He'd been sick quite a bit this week.
And so, hats off to Dylan. He came out and did very well.
Right.
Zach had some moments in there, but just couldn't it's going to come. It's going to come for Zach, and he just. Had a couple of rough times in there, but turned around and but also had some good defensive side as well. Let's talk about lights out. 7 threes tonight. 3 for John Michael and 4 for Grayson or 5. 5 for Grayson George. So 8 3-pointers tonight.
Yeah.
And anytime they give you a zone look, it's gonna open up opportunities outside as well as inside.
Yeah. Well, we that's the thing. I think our posts have done a good job against a zone of moving and making themselves available, so we've gotten some points out of them sometimes, but they also do a very good job of passing to the guards out of that. And people run a zone every time this year so far, knock on wood. We've been able to knock down 7 or 8 threes every time they come out and do that against us, and that's good. We've seen a little more zone here the last couple games, and we've got to continue to execute against it. I would be surprised if we see as much as we've seen here in the next couple of games, but you got to be ready for anything, and I thought our kids executed pretty well tonight.
I've forgotten who we play next Tuesday.
We don't. We play Friday, Sacred Heart, which will be a big league game, and then Clay Center on Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. So you got a few days off to
Now we can
working
get our
through
legs
some
back.
things and
Yeah.
get
And
ready
we
for
just-
Sacred Heart, who had a great win of Beloit last Tuesday.
Yeah, Sacred Heart's
Wow.
playing well, and I think they went down to Hutch Trinity tonight. So
Yeah,
you know, if
yeah.
they win there, they're gonna roll into this thing Friday.
Well, you know,
feeling
they
like-
had some impressive games. They didn't come out with many victories with the SIT, but they had some impressive games against
Sure.
Abilene and Clay Center, I think.
Yeah, they're a very athletic team. They've got good size. You know, they're not a great offensive team, but when you have athletes like that, if they're going to start playing defense, they'll be able to score points. So.
Well, congratulations, Coach. I felt like, you know, we've talked about playing a complete game. I won't give it to you in the first quarter,
Yeah.
but I will give it in the other three.
Yeah, it was
But,
pretty solid after that.
Very solid after that, and I was very impressed. It just seemed like something was said at the end of the first quarter, something, or just how they came out intensity-wise. They just played with some great intensity.
I think some of that's just, you know, maturity. These kids have been here, and I just told them, I said, we had talked about before the game, I said, this is what I told you about. And that's all I really needed to say from there. They got after it and picked
I
it up
think
a little
maybe
bit.
something had to do. You're out there sweeping up the sawdust from their sleepwalking out there.
Yeah.
When they were sawing the Z's.
Yeah, we were not with it that first quarter, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a
Thank
great
you.
victory tonight. We'll be back with you Friday night.
Next Friday, yeah.
As the Lions will take on the Sacred Heart Knights, and then back Saturday night against Clay Center Tigers.
And I think the Lion Wrestlers are at home next Tuesday or Wednesday for
They
a
are.
double duel. So if you can come out and support them, that'd be great.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you, Coach.
Appreciate it. Minneapolis comes away with a nice victory tonight by a score of 63-27 as they improved to 12-1 and keep their record in league. Just want to throw in a pitch real quick. Our Minneapolis Lions Club has their scholarship soup supper next Friday night at the high school cafeteria. So come on out and have some chili or vegetable soup.
Tonight wouldn't have been a great night for that to have
We're hoping-
chili supper,
yeah,
but
we're
tomorrow I think, or next week, is supposed to be a little bit better,
better,
for that kind of a deal. But that you don't want 60 degrees on chilly weather.
Yeah, we had that a couple years ago. But come on out. We'd appreciate that. Lions Club gives out 4 $250 scholarships every year, and we'd greatly appreciate your attendance. So Minneapolis Lions come away with the victory on the girls and the boys side tonight. 39-27, the girls' victory. Boys 63-27, and wow, that's I expected to come away with one. I didn't know if we'd come away with two
I
tonight.
expected the boys. I had my fingers crossed for the girls, and boy, they sure turned it around.
Yeah, they did. Nice team effort by the girls to turn that one around. Well, we're going to go ahead and say goodnight from Russell, Kansas. Don't forget to be back on the air with us next Friday night as the Minneapolis Lions will take on a tough Sacred Heart team that has improved as the year's gone on. So come out and cheer on your Lions as we will be back at home finally after being away for quite a while.
With that, we'll bid you all a fond adieu and good night.
Good night from Russell, Kansas.